Starting things off with a bang,
Loaded. Oh boy, Maya gets...
we have Rowdy Tellez tossing the rock.
Fastball looks like. 42 miles an hour heater fly.
Perhaps the umpire wanted to end the game, or maybe he's just really bad at his job. Either way, the strike call was simply asinine. Even more wild was the time Aaron Boone got tossed.
I did what I'm supposed to do at shit. I'm looking for him to get hit by the pitch. You got anything else to say? You're gone.
It was bad enough the umpire missed the call. He proceeded to eject the manager even after admitting he had no clue who said it.
He's looking for the hit by pitch. He gone. He gone.
Right away.
Aaron saying, hold on a second, I didn't say a word.
What a tragedy. Another catastrophe occurred when Jose Altuve fouled a ball off his foot in September.
It's Altuve's foot. They're going to say fair ball. Brendan Miller's going to say that ball didn't hit Altuve, and that's going to be the final out of the inning.
The ball clearly deflected off his cleat, but the four blind mice were out in full force.
Altuve's showing where it hit his foot, and now he's ejected.
Oh man, that's amazing.
It can be frustrating when an obvious call is missed, like with Blue Jays pitcher Bowden Francis. The dude balked while facing Gleyber Torres of the New York Yankees.
And that's strike three call. And Torres just stepped out as if time had been called or something.
And Gleyber Torres said he didn't ever look at me. The pitcher was supposed to engage with the hitter.
The obvious call was missed by the GOAT himself of bad umpiring, Angel Hernandez. Just a dreadful employee for MLB. Angel Hernandez is as bad as it gets. His retirement couldn't have come soon enough, and this series of calls is a great example of that.
2-1. And, oh my goodness. 2-2.
You have got to be kidding me. What in the world?
We've just completely lost it here.
Perhaps Angel caught a glimpse of the solar eclipse earlier in the day, or maybe he had eye surgery. Either way, it was putrid umpiring. Angel was the worst umpire in the bigs, but certainly other umpires are guilty of missed calls. For instance, this clear foul tip that cost the Rangers a run in the 9th inning.
Ahead 0-2. And the ball get away, and here comes the runner, he's gonna be safe! Did he think it was fouled? Heim is talking to the home plate umpire like it was a foul ball.
It still amazes us that such obvious calls are missed by the men in blue. No better example than this Max Fried strike. The Braves hurler perfectly placed the ball square in the strike zone.
With 2 men out. Oh, whoa, where is that?
Well, the umpire must have blinked, or perhaps his head was stuck in the clouds because the dude called it a ball. Yikes, man. To make matters worse, he ended up walking Castellanos.
Walking to the dugout. Ball 4, that'll force in a run. What a break for the Phils. 3rd walk of the inning.
And then Stott brought Fried's day.
Bases are loaded. Swung on, line towards left. Kelnick coming on. He won't get it. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. JT coming around 3rd. He will score. It's a 2-run single for Bryson Stott. And the Phillies take
to an end in the 1st. The next umpire definitely had his head in the clouds, but what makes it better is he admits his mistake.
I think that's such a good rotation here. It has lead. Here's France. And ball 1.
0-2. Fastball, strike 3 called. No, where is that? Okay. Wow. That's the 4th awful miss by David Rackley.
Now that right there, now that's a good umpire. Instead of doubling down and ejecting a heated player, just admit the mistake and move on. Well done, sir. But nothing's worse than an ump missing a call.
Strike 3. Judge not throw with that call.
And then ejecting a player for being frustrated.
And he gets thrown out. I think that's the first time he's ever been thrown out.
Case in point is this exchange with Aaron Judge. The borderline call turned into a joke when the umpire ejects Judge as he walks away. I'd say that was pretty peaceful. What do you think? As if tossing Judge is no big deal. Yeah, right. The fans want to see the big fella.
Well, that's new here at the stadium, the judge's chambers.
The same goes for Bryce Harper. Fans want to pay to see him. In May, this umpire decided to eject the superstar after missing a call.
Swing and a miss. Block gets the strikeout. Phillies go down in order. A little frustration here at the top of the first. He just...
Some of these umpires are so soft. This next terrible call is brought to you from Progressive Field. Jacob Young was at the dish when the home plate umpire blew the call.
Young is saying that the bat hit the ball, and Malachi Moore is saying he swung and missed, and the ball hit you.
The blue makes the problem worse by ejecting Dave Martinez.
Still giving Malachi Moore a piece of his mind, and now he's gone.
Facts are facts. The ball did hit the bat.
We hate that. Borderline balls and strikes can be difficult to determine, but when the ball is way off the plate, you feel bad for the player.
And strike three. De La Cruz skipped the rope trying to influence that call.
This atrocious call gets the coach, Dave Bell, tossed from the game.
You're going to get run for sure. You're going to go out there and argue in the strike zone.
Where is the justice on these blown calls? Also, where's the justice for jerks in Profar? The umpire needs to allow a player to show frustration. The ejection in this case was an awful call. Come on, Blue. You don't gotta be like that. Coughing up a 9th inning lead will upset anybody.
Grounded up the middle. Nice play by Volpe. Throws to first. Got it. Oh, what a beautiful play.
Especially when the problem is made worse by a shoddy umpire. The Blue Jays' big man would have needed a 5-iron just to make contact. Such a garbage call.
And that's a strike. 0-1. Glad he didn't like the call. And Ryan Wills is hearing it from the Blue Jay dugout. And here comes John Schneider.
He's been thrown out.
Yeah.
To be fair, they called this a strike against Judge just moments earlier.
1 and 2. He didn't like that call.
It's not a strike. It's off the plate.
He is letting him have it. And it's been a very...
These umpires get to be judge, jury, and executioner. On this next terrible call against Jesse Winker, the home plate boss failed at his job.
Got him looking. Jesse Winker can't believe it, shakes his head at Nestor Ceja, but...
When the players get frustrated, the umpire just boots them from the game. It's a crazy system, really. Mauricio Dubon was the next guy to fall victim to an incorrect call.
Chopper, shortstop. Tough play. Seager on the bare hand. The throw. Got him at first base. What a play by Corey Seager. The Astros want a challenge.
After slowing down the replay, Dubon's foot appears to hit the bag before the ball is caught. So the call is perplexing.
Review, the ball in the field stands. Runners out.
It certainly confused the Astros shortstop, who was adamant that he was safe. Another Astros player that wasn't happy with the officials was Yainer Diaz. The off-speed pitch was about a mile outside, but that didn't stop Onora from ringing him up. We don't need to get the calls right. Close enough is cool with these umpires. The Pittsburgh Pirates have a fascinating young player, O'Neal Cruz. The 25-year-old is able to work the count full before the rug is pulled out from under him.
Payoff is called. Strike 3. There's a front door.
Cruz keeps it cool after getting called out. For Pete's sake, the ball nearly grazed his kneecap. It's tough when a bad call ends your at-bat, but it's even worse when the call ends the game.
He struck him out, and the White Sox win the game.
You've got to be kidding me. After all of that, he's going to call a pitch off the plate.
We couldn't help but be a little excited for the White Sox here. The wins have been few and far between for Chi-Town. Kudos, boys. That wasn't the only garbage call to end a game. Joe Adell was attempting to steal second in the 9th inning with his team down by 1.
There goes Adell. It's a strike throw to second, a good one. It is in time to end the game.
Apparently the umpire caught him stealing. That's okay. This is why we have reviews, right?
Calling the field stance, the runner's out.
That is absurd. That is absurd.
That's unbelievable.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, we're with the announcers on this one. We don't need you to make this next call against George Springer.
You got him in his foot.
Well, he thought so, but the umpire doesn't seem.
They claim there was no clear evidence to overturn the call, but that's simply not true. There was absolutely clear video evidence.
The call on the field stands. No hit by pitch.
See?
Wow.
Toronto loses their challenge.
Schneider's about to get thrown out. Well, it's getting hot here now. And George Springer in the face of the home plate umpire, Manny Gonzalez. And he has to be restrained by his manager, John Schneider here.
A head scratcher, for sure. In June, Manny Machado was facing the Mets when he was tossed for saying something nasty.
Oh, come on now.
Ooh, Manny Machado did not agree with strike 3, and he's been ejected.
The umpire totally blew the strike call, and Manny thought the ground deserved a whack with his bat. It didn't work, and Machado was sent for an early shower. Thanks for playing, bud. Ryan O'Hearn was facing the Mets when he was ejected for yelling something inappropriate.
Struck him out. There's a big strikeout. He went with the changeup down. And now O'Hearn has been ejected from the game.
Who can blame him after the first called strike was actually missed by a mile? It begs the question, are we going to see an automated strike zone soon? It seems like we need one. An automated strike zone would probably speed up the game and cause less arguments. But we would need umpires still to screw up other calls. For example, this batter interference play.
Miss. And we have, I think, interference is called on the hitter.
It's obvious the batter did not interfere with the catcher, but hey, it's just a game. No big deal. With automated umpires, who would amuse the crowd with mistakes like the one Andy Fletcher made?
No sign of squaring, but that'll work just like a bunt. Vargas, a great play, but the call is safe.
This guy stumbles over his own calls and has no idea what's going on.
The call in the field is overturned.
Wait a minute.
The runner's out. Correction, the runner is out.
In a time when technology and equipment is getting better, it seems like the umpires are just getting worse. And if you like these moments, make sure to check out this video right here. These are the worst calls in MLB history.